Welcome to my virtual conference session, Stretch the Budget, DIY plus free print and cut for the Thrifty music teacher. I'm Linda Siemens and the teacher author from Floating Down the River. You can find me on Teachers Pay Teachers at floatingdowntherivertpt.com, on Facebook at Floating Down the River on the Ohio, on Pinterest at Floating Down the River, on my blog at floatingdowntheriver.com, and I have an Etsy store with a lot of puppets and other handmade items for music teachers at Floating Down River. I'll put all of my information on the handout, as well as the information where you can get all of the free ideas and printables I will show you during my presentation. My Teachers Pay Teachers store will be on sale throughout the conference for 20% off. You don't need a code. And I also have a code on the handout for a 10% discount in my Etsy store. Just a little bit about me. After my bachelor's degree in music education, I was a high school band director while working on my master's degree with a specialty in early childhood education, which is my love. For many years, I taught early childhood classes and later discovered Kodai, ORF, and world music drumming and got certifications, which I incorporated into my elementary music teaching. I was teaching during the first COVID year and did Zoom like a lot of you, found it to be really challenging with littler kids especially, and then I took a break until now, where I just interviewed for kindergarten music classes, and to me that's a heavenly job. I know that's not everyone's love, but it is mine to teach the younger kids. I've always been a big do-it-yourselfer when it comes to making my own teaching resources, but I find that especially now with the economy, we need to stretch our money further, and I'm hoping that some of the things I show you will help make your teaching easier and are easy to make. I picked out some great free resources you can use in your classroom from the Music Crew Collaborative Teacher Authors, and I'll give you more information on those if you want to follow up with bigger packs once you've checked these free ones out. All of the teacher authors whose packs I am highlighting will be giving away bigger packs in a giveaway, and I'll tell you more about that giveaway at the end of my presentation. Make sure you get my handout. You can go to floatingdowntherivertpt.com and you'll see it at the top of the page, the 4 items at the top. It's on the right, and you can click on that and download that right now. And you can go to each of there's 2 columns, free pack or info on the left and the giveaway on the right. You can just click on those and it will take you directly to them. So if you wanted to click on that and download the free items now, that makes it easy for you. I'll start with my pack called Let's Go Fish, Numbers for Centers Assessment and Review. I have used my fishing pole and fish so many times for so many different ways to assess, to review, and for centers. And you start with a dowel. It can be 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, or 1/2 inch dowel, 36 inches long. If you want to make it shorter, you can buy shorter dowels or even cut it if you don't want it to be that long. You'll get parachute string. You can use any string. I like the parachute string because it's very strong and it comes in many colors. I get that at Hobby Lobby. The dowels you can get Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Home Depot, Michael's, all kinds of places you can find those. And the parachute string comes in longer amounts, so it is a nice thing to make and a make it take it where you can share the costs with other teachers. 3/4 inch spools will come at, I think Walmart, but definitely Hobby Lobby carries those in a pack. It's like a thread spool, but they're empty. 3/4 inch round magnets. It fits perfectly on the bottom of the 3/4 inch spool, and those come in packs as well. Probably Walmart, definitely Hobby Lobby. And you need duct tape. You can get duct tape in all sorts of colors at those stores as well. And then you can use hot glue, although E6000 or Gorilla Glue will hold your things much better. You will measure the string. Mine was 30 inches long. And you can measure that any length you would like. and cut that. Put the glue into the spool hole and then put the string down in it and hold that for a minute or 30 seconds to make sure it's really glued well. Then on the other end, you will glue the magnet on the bottom of the spool. Again, the E6000 or Gorilla Glue will work a little better and hold that better. And make sure you hold that for a little bit to make sure it's glued on. Then you'll have your string with the spool and magnet at the bottom. And then at the top of the dowel, you will put the string, overlap it a couple inches onto your dowel, and then wrap that duct tape around the top, and you've got a fishing pole. It's very easy to make. Then you'll cut out your fish and glue the name of the fish on the back. I always put the name on because it's the correct name of the fish, and the students like to learn the correct names. They're very curious about that. You'll laminate for durability and put a large paper clip on each, and you're all ready to go. This is a very quick project. I like to use this as back to school get to know you. On the first day, I will tell something. I usually do a slideshow about myself, and I try to vary that each year so that students who already know me will learn something new. Then you can have them fish for questions and that they can answer about you. You can choose songs that you need to review. Again, you'll have a piece of paper that will have your fish numbers and then your question items you can use. You can review questions after a lesson. Again, have a list of items associated with each number. It just makes it a little bit of a fun way to review things. I use a different method for choosing student of the day, but you could fish for the next student of the day and, make sure you put aside the fish that's already been chosen. Students would enjoy that. And you can use this for centers. Always be sure that you talk about safety when you're using the fishing pole, that they're not waving it around, that they're not slinging the string, obviously, but they need to know those rules of safety. And I would never use it in a center unless you've used it before so that they understand how to use this in a center. I am doing a giveaway for a bundle with 38 number fish, 38 rhythm fish, and 38 note name fish in color in black and white. And I'll talk about that again at the end of the session. I want to talk briefly about bucket drumming dampening mallets. I know you've probably seen this on Facebook in some of the Facebook groups. I've made many of these, and I wanted to show you what it sounds like. I have sitting here on the carpet a bucket drum, the white bucket drum, and I'll use a drumstick first. And then I'll try to use about the same pressure with the mallet. It really is quite a bit quieter, good for testing and just to save your sanity. If you have a large group, you will just use, I have the link on my handout, these plastic rubber balls. They're very light, and you can get a dowel from Amazon, Home Depot, Walmart. You can get a long dowel and cut it. They do have some packs of shorter dowels, but I just take the center. This is how I make mine. I push it in there to just know where to drill, and then I get my drill bit the same size. You can cut your dowels, as I said before. Use the drill bit the same size as your dowel, and you will drill into that. One trick I have used, it made it a lot easier. You want to make sure that you don't drill too far in. I put a piece of painter's tape a little ways in on my drill so that it doesn't go too far, and it just makes it super easy to make. If there's some of you who don't want to make these, I have a few sets of, 2 sets of 20 1/4-inch mallets and 4 sets of 3/8 inch mallets in my Etsy store. As soon as those are gone, I won't be carrying them anymore because honestly, with the time, the materials, and shipping costs have gone up, it's just not worth it to sell those. So I'm sure those will be gone soon. That's why I wanted to teach you how to make them. But if anyone wants to buy the sets I have, there's a few left. I'll start with the other teacher authors. The first one is Jane Lee. She's teacher author from Cilio Music, and she has so many fun ideas for early childhood. Her blog post about clothespin puppets for primary singers is wonderful, and I have linked that on your handout. These are so great for reluctant singers. There are many students who won't sing unless they have a puppet in their hand. It makes them feel a little more comfortable. And this would be a great creative art project, or maybe your art teacher can help you with this and do it with the students. You use all sorts of just ordinary materials. Clothespins might be something you'd have to buy at the store. Walmart would have those, or Hobby Lobby. Googly eyes, super glue, markers, chenille stems, also called pipe cleaners, yarn, pom-poms, felt, construction paper and cardstock, cardboard, scissors, and glitter, and just have a lot of fun. Make those puppets, and she gives you a template to be able to make the head. And there's some pictures to show you some ideas. But make sure you read her blog post. It's very interesting. Kelly Parrish is teacher author from Rhythmically Yours. She's very well known for her rhythm blocks and on Etsy. And she has a brand new clothespin puppets in her Etsy store. She's giving away one of those puppets. You can choose which one you want if you win the giveaway. And I have a video from her of her cute puppets.
Squeak, squeak. Roar.
So those are listed on your handout, and she will be giving one of those away. I'd like next to talk about Shelley Tomich's Rhythm Race. She's teacher author from Pitch Publications and well known for Rainbow Ukulele on Teachers Pay Teachers. Her Rhythm Race game is super fun, and she has a lot of these in her store. A super fun way for kids to learn about and review rhythms. You first just print out the race game board and laminate for durability. Print the rhythm cards and special cards on cardstock, and she has cute backs for your cards too. Use playing pieces of any sort and choose a card, and you add up the beats, and then you move forward that amount on your race card. For a rest, you move backward, and she has special cards where you just follow the directions. First one to the end wins. And she is giving away a large bundle, her Rhythm Race bundle with 10 levels of games. This would be a great item to get in the giveaway. The next person is Jennifer Hibbard, who is the teacher author from the Yellow Brick Road. She has a bunch of fun rhythm games in her store, and she's giving away to everyone the free rhythm matching game. It's a fun matching game, and it's in color in black and white, and you'll print and laminate the mat and rhythm cards, and you'll have students match the rhythm cards to the pattern, so you can see picnic is matched to the TT or the 2/8 notes. It's a fun game. That would be great in a center as well, or as a whole class. She's giving away her rhythm chairs set 1, a physically active and engaging way to teach the students beat versus rhythm. My next teacher author is Nick Dolan. He's the teacher author for Music with Mr. Dolan. He has a free composition and form card set. I think it's a wonderful set of composition and form cards for the song Apple Tree. And it has iconic rhythm, stick notation, solfa stick notation, and standard notation. I think this is amazing. He has, for his giveaway, a composition and form cards growing bundle. It already has 25 songs, and as a Kodai person, actually this would work for ORF as well, or many other methods. He has 25 songs already, and it's growing, and this is what he's giving for his giveaway. I think this is an amazing bargain. Jennifer Fox is the teacher author for Music Educator Resources and has these really fun rhythm poke cards. Her free item is so easy to use. It's a print and cut. You punch holes where the plus signs are, and then you put a reinforcement sticker on the back of the correct answer, or you could even just draw a light pencil mark around the circle. You want to make sure that it doesn't show through the card, and of course you would put this on cardstock and then laminate for durability. Use the chenille stem or pipe cleaner to poke the hole. So a student would look at the quarter note, poke the quarter note hole, and then turn it around backwards to see if they got the correct answer. Her free pack has 24 rhythms, and she has many more poke sets in her Teachers Pay Teachers store. She's giving away her Music Poke Bundle Set 1. It has rhythm, musical math, key signature, and staff and keyboard poke cards in it. And this would be a great group item or center item for students. Sally Utley is the teacher author from Sally's Sea of Songs. She has some fun Write the Room packs, and her free item has many options for studying the instruments of the orchestra. I was very impressed with all of the different possibilities. You'll have to read that, all of her directions for differentiating ideas for students. She is giving away a Safari Write the Room rhythm bundle that has 3 Safari-themed games to reinforce and/or assess student recognition of rhythm patterns in duple meter. Jennifer Filipiak is the teacher-author from Noteworthy by Jen. She has a free instrument scavenger hunt that's a fun QR code instrument activity. You start by introducing students to the brass family. I like to show videos of people playing the instruments when I introduce these. Then she gives out a brass family scavenger hunt sheet. I think you could have the students first guess the instrument name and family before they find the answers, but you print, cut out, and laminate your 4 instrument cards and post them around the room. This would be fun to do each different instrument family and then mix it up and see if they can remember them if you got the bigger pack. The students will use a tablet or device to scan the QR codes, and then they'll record the answers. So when they click on the French horn, Who Am I?, it would have the name, and it would have the family name on the other QR code that says Brass Family. Jennifer is giving away a full instrument scavenger hunt pack that includes 30 instruments from the brass, woodwind, percussion, and string families. We talked about Jane Lee earlier when we talked about the clothespin puppets that you make. She is the teacher author from Silly-O Music, and she also draws all of her own artwork. She's very, very talented. She has fun coloring pages for music, and her freebie is a cute ice cream freebie for your students where they color the various dynamic symbols to make a very colorful ice cream cone. Her giveaway is the full Dynamics coloring pack. She has 8 yummy dynamic pages plus blank ones for you to add your own dynamics and directions for easy, medium, and hard levels. I love that she has a way to differentiate her study, the students' possibilities so you can use it for different grades. Chrissy Hutzel is teacher author from Hutzel's House of Music, and she has a Music and Math Rhythm Edition coloring page. These are very, very popular, especially for testing time when you need to be quiet, but it's a good way to do music at the same time. Great way to combine music, notes, and math, and it works well for a whole class, fast finisher, or a center activities, and she has 4 options for differentiation as well in her pack. Her giveaway is a Music and Math full pack with several options you can choose from: winter, spring, autumn, and emoji music and math packs. Ann Molesky is teacher author from Anna Kruzik. She has a BB Bumblebee rhythm matching freebie. The sampler works well for a station or subtub. If you're familiar with this, BB Bumblebee stung a man upon his knee, stung a pig upon his snout. I declare that you are out. You match iconic representation with formal notation, either stick or note heads, and it's in black and white or colored. And she also has a page of extra rhythms if your kids need an extra challenge. Her giveaway is a B bundle that has 4 sets in it. Several sets help you to prepare, practice, and present several rhythms, as well as 1 pack that helps with beginning improv and composition. Melissa Stouffer is teacher-author from Mrs. Stouffer's Music Room, and she has a fun 4 Corners pack. This free one is an adaptation called 4 Colors. She actually made this during the pandemic when people were home, so it could be used in person or at home. She has put colors and shapes so that you could also use it with a student who is colorblind. I like that option. The teacher can write rhythms or pitches according to the student's level on this staff board. I like the idea that also if you have more advanced students, your student of the day or your person who is it, could write a melody that the students are familiar with or that is at their level on their board or rhythm on their board. Then you have your 4 boards that have shapes on them, put them in the 4 corners, and the student who is it would name a shape and color, and the students who are in that corner are out. The students all choose one of the corners. Then all the students in the corner, whether they have the correct answer, they're in the corner that's not out, they would have to sing the melody or read the rhythm before they get out. I love that that's sort of an assessment option you have. Melissa is giving away a huge 4 Corners solfege bundle. It has 8 packs in a variety of levels. This is an amazing giveaway. Melissa Engstadt is teacher-author for Musical Interactions, and she has a Go Fish Composer version that is free in your handout. It's a fun way for students to learn about Composer. You'll print, cut, and laminate for durability, and 2 to 4 kids can play. The kids will ask specific facts to collect 4 of a kind, and it includes 8 composers. This would be great for a center as well. Make sure the students know how to play, though, before you use it in a center. She's giving away Solfege Go Fish, which is a 3-game bundle and includes 3 levels of difficulty. I'd like to talk briefly about a Make It Take It. I have been to Make It Take It's, and I put one on myself that was so much work, but it is a fun way to get together with other teachers. Good way to save money because you often buy your materials in a pack and you only need 1 fishing pole for your classroom. But I love when I get together with other music teachers and we can talk about things happening in our classroom. It's a good way to bond with your district teachers, get to know each other better, and just feel like you're not alone. It's also a great way to get things made if you have a day set aside instead of procrastinating. I know I'm probably not the only one that buys materials and then never gets to it, never makes it. This is a great way to get together and make the items and make sure they get done. Get help doing a Make It Take It if possible. It was difficult doing it all by myself, a lot of work, but carefully figure out cost of materials ahead so that you don't get taken and advantage of and that your materials are paid for. Get the money from your participants in advance and be super organized. It will make it go a lot better. So there are 13 items shown on your handout that the featured teacher authors are giving away. To be entered into the giveaways, please go to the Music Crew Collaborative on Facebook, go to my post where it shows my session, and comment on some of your favorite items from this session that you could see yourself using. I will randomly choose 13 people by 6 p.m. this evening, so be sure to check back. I want to thank you so much for coming. All of the free items and giveaway items are linked in my handout. In case you didn't get that, it's floatingdowntherivertpt.com. And be sure to go to the Music Crew exhibit hall. That's a virtual exhibit hall. You can find so many different items that the teacher authors have chosen that might make your teaching easier. Be sure to check out the green Lego one. Is a boutique that has items from the teacher authors who have Etsy stores that can be sent to you. And the link is also in my handout at floatingdowntherivertpt.com. Thank you again for coming.